So, just as a disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, I'm terribly sorry about the video quality. I wanted to try to make it a little brighter, but to no avail. So, at the very least, you don't have to deal with the eye bleeding red for now.
Just use the dark mode on YouTube. It'll make it look better.
Fair enough.
So what are we doing?
So, first off, we're playing Virtual Boy games, and the first one we're showing off for today is, sort of a cult?
Mario
Not really. It's Mario's Tennis! Like, the very original Mario's Tennis, before we had the much better Camelot-made N64 title.
This came out the year I was born.
Yep, wow. As did the Virtual Boy in its entirety. Feel old yet, Matt?
Eh.
Well, in any case, Mario's Tennis, well, it's basically that. Mario and all of his friends, except for Bowser, playing tennis. It's like... Just like Mario Party, they forget to invite the poor guy.
And speaking of forgetting to invite, they use Donkey Kong Jr. instead of Donkey Kong himself.
Yeah, that's the funny thing I noticed with this roster. Like, it's essentially the Super Mario Kart roster, except with no Bowser. It's like, why is that?
So, for those who have not seen our other Virtual Boy look-at video, he is using an emulator that thankfully exists, and also thankfully they made a replacement of all the very bright, glaring red visuals.
Well, actually, not quite. I did all this you're seeing right here was edited through VideoPad.
Oh, unfortunately,
unlike my newer version of VideoPad, I don't know why it still made the visuals look a little darker than they should be. Like, it's not like the Wario Land look at we did like years ago,
where it was all bright and white. Yeah,
it was still bright white and gray and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I wasn't able to find a proper solution to it. So I hope you guys can still see this perfectly fine.
My local classic game store actually has the old goddamn. Sorry, it actually has the Wario Land there.
Come on, Toad, that was right too.
Well, at least it had the best one on there. And speaking of which, I just want to say, because I am the only poor sap here that actually played a Virtual Boy growing up, this is actually one of the 2 games on that I played the most on it, the other one being Wario Land.
Nice.
Isn't that like the only 2 games people actually played?
Sweetness. I think this is definitely, in some people, next to Wario Land, this is, I think, believed by many to be, this was like the best, like, what was it? It was like one of the best, quote-unquote, stable Virtual Boy games.
Mm-hmm. If that's the case, and boy, that's kind of a low standard, because I honestly don't think this game's that great. I mean, it does kind of look nice, especially if from the player's perspective, but it's like...
James.
It's no Mario Tennis, I'm just gonna say that.
James. James.
Yes?
We are talking about the Virtual Boy. The standards are pretty low.
Right out the gate.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying though, like, the Virtual Boy has its good games and it has its bad games, and well, I would say this one's right around the middle.
I just realized, in serving, Yoshi spits the ball up and then whacks it with his tongue.
Yeah,
that's kind of funny how that works out. Now, that being said, I decided to choose Yoshi because honestly, I think it would be kind of boring if I just stuck to regular old Mario. Besides, who doesn't like the old school Yoshi design?
I'm liking the custom animations they did.
Oh yeah, like every character has their own custom animations, and I do admittedly kind of find it funny, like seeing from like the opponent's side where the Mario Brothers look like something straight out of Mario World.
They do. Oh well, crap.
But you've pretty much seen all that there is with this game, so we're just gonna move on to our next one.
Oh, we'll never see the epic conclusion.
Who won?
Spoiler warnings: nobody won.
Okay. Virtual Boy.
Welcome to your nightmare.
Yeah, please have your eyes ready for this colossal nightmare. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't call this per se a nightmare, but it's like the only other game worth of merit on the system.
Parallax scrolling. What the?
Blimp. Evil is abound. Who it might be, who knows? For all we know, may very well be Bowser.
Spoiler alert, it totally is Bowser.
Well, what's in this tower?
I assume it's Bowser, because, like, I don't think he even appears in the game, but it's like, they come to what is called the Clash Tower, and he just fills it with all of his minions, and supposedly Princess Peach is probably up top, but we never know that for sure.
Because you never played through it?
No, more so like this game never really never really has an ending, as far as I know.
Wow.
And there, I sent in 5 men and thus completely took over this tower.
Well, yeah, that's how it works, man. Then you see Dread. Just start from the top and bam.
No, you start
Sheesh,
from the
what a tall
bottom
tower.
in Dread, though.
No, but when they took it over, the girl started from the top floor.
That is true.
So
See,
yeah,
I know,
who's
my
coming
lord.
to the Clash Tower? Why, it's good old Mario!
Hey. Whoa. Oh,
Sure, why
This
not?
doesn't look suspicious.
His tower's taller than Luigi.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Or
that-
Waluigi.
That would have been cool, man. This I feel like the system and the technology were okay. The system was way like it was ahead of its time, and the technology wasn't ready.
Yeah, pretty much. That said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mario Clash. This is essentially a 3D version of the original Mario Brothers. Only in this game, you're stuck with just Mario, and the way to defeat enemies has changed a bit.
Okay, let's see. As I remember, in the original arcade, you had to bounce at them from below, and then kick them off.
Unfortunately, there's no way to hit them from below, so this
Oh.
time we're gonna have to rely on Koopa shells.
Oh, it's all depth
Thankfully,
perspective.
thankfully, these Koopas are willing sacrifices.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And that's pretty much how you play the game. You pretty much have to throw Koopa shells at your enemies and, well, hope for the best. Unfortunately, later on, you'll also encounter stronger enemies that don't quite go down as easily as others.
You know, something I just realized, like, if this is meant to be a remake of Mario Brothers, really makes you wonder how they could have found a way to fit multiplayer into a game like this. Or rather, a console like this.
Yeah, the Virtual Boy... Honestly, how do you do multiplayer on the Virtual Boy anyway?
Cables, that's how they
Link
usually
cable.
do it. Yeah, link
Good
cables.
point.
But-
By the way, would you believe that the Virtual Boy was touted as a portable system?
Well, it kind of was, but the idea is like how you set it up. Like,
Right.
someone mentioned to me a long time ago that like if you sat at the park and like stared up at the sun and like or laid on your back and did it all, like it worked pretty well. What the?
You can't kill them the normal way. You pretty much gotta go across the street.
Oh,
boy.
to surprise them.
Nice.
So if you throw one between the two platforms like that, it bounces back to you.
Yep.
Okay, but only if it
I
hits
mean,
an enemy.
I'll give Mario Clash that. Like, technically, it's capable.
Okay.
But at the same time, though, you still have I mean, what you see here is what you're gonna get. Aside from a few varying enemy designs. And would you believe this is also the only game to my knowledge that has that has like organically spiky Goombas
Oh, where it's not coming out of like a little dot or whatever.
or a hat? Yeah, like it's literally like they're organically spiky, and it makes you wonder, doesn't that hurt?
Now I get what you mean.
want to hurt?
Those are Goombas?
No, those are.
He's talking about
shell-
later enemy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to go like, because
Bonus.
those are Spinies.
And now it's time for a bonus chance,
Unicorns
where they
flying at
really
us.
want to prove just how 3D this 3D console can be,
Chance time!
and also awkward.
Oh god, I was about to say that, yeah. Chance time!
Also, if you look in the audience, you can find one Yoshi, one Peach, and one Luigi, and a whole bunch of Toads.
I
see-
see them.
Yep.
So see, this game does have an ending. Peach was here all along.
She was never kidnapped, so it makes you wonder, why the fuck are we even here?
By the
Because we
way,
don't
you know
like
what?
Bowser.
and thus we have the entire cast of every Paper Mario game since Sticker Star.
Now,
Yeah.
real quick,
All in one
I don't
rush.
know if it's just a matter of the way James edited the video, but some of those coins with the background looks like you can have a hard time really seeing a lot of these coins.
Yeah, the only way you're gonna figure out like where they're gonna go is like when you pay attention to like their shadows in correlation to like the road that they're traveling through.
I wonder why did they ever mention why they chose red?
Something to do with like it's kind of like a similar case to why we used to have like the old
Oh.
3D.
Oh
Ow,
boy.
Mamma mia!
My tootsies!
But yeah, like it's a similar case to why we had like the red and blue goggles back in the day, and how helpful that was, I guess.
Yeah.
To be fair, they were kind of an eyesore, really, but yeah, it's pretty much the same case here, only this time they just thought full-on red would be their solution, and, well, what a
Whoops.
solution it was.
He was just trying to get it here
A
faster.
good
so he could
solution,
kick-
but
Oh, you were trying
You know,
to
not
get the
for-
ones down there, my bad.
Yeah. By the way, not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad that this game and Wario Land and all that, they never got a 3DS release.
Yeah,
Which
you
would be the
think
perfect
Virtual
system
Boy.
considering what they were
Actually-
pushing at the time.
Actually,
Yeah.
I would honestly prefer like a 3DS remake.
Yeah, definitely. A remake would be most appreciated, like one with color, actual
Yeah.
color, not just red.
Yeah.
There's a lot about things. But anyway,
In fact, honestly, honestly, I would have no problems whatsoever if we
What?
were like a new Wario Land game, which was
Power
essentially a
Goombas.
remake of the Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Oh yeah, I can see the spikes on the Goombas now. They're pretty small though.
oh,
Yeah,
that's what you meant by spiky Goombas.
yeah, that doesn't look the least
Well-
bit. That doesn't look the least bit comfortable.
So whenever
Not
an enemy
really.
spikes, you need to do. So whenever an enemy spikes, you need to do the across the way trick.
I think almost every enemy in this game has spikes. Or something equivalent to that. I want to say that only, like, most enemies you actually do have to kill this way. Others, that you technically could hit them from the side, but it's generally recommended you do it this way.
Now,
Okay.
real quick, I just want to ask, when you hold the turtles, do they do a similar thing with the Mario games, where it's like the turtle will eventually come out of its shell?
To that, I don't remember. I want to say they do, but don't quote me on that. Like,
Alright.
it would make sense, all things considered, because they do that in every other game, to my knowledge. And yeah, look at that. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yep, not enough.
Not enough force, stranger.
Whoa.
And also, oh, hello.
No, yeah. What now? What changes the distance in which you throw a shell?
The more, like, I guess the more combos you get with the one shell. Like, you notice how it was glowing when we defeated our first enemy.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Technically, it powers it up.
You can get a bonus for like killing people quickly in a row or things like that.
Yep, it's pretty helpful. Ah, crap. You know, when you hear music like that, you know what that means. Ice physics!
Oh crap!
Ooh,
Now do icicles appear in this one too?
I don't... If they do, they don't do it in this level, thankfully.
How many
My
levels are
bunions.
there?
In total, there's supposed to be 50. In fact, you can there's an actual level select, like, right at the beginning of the game, so if you want to start at the very end of the game, well, you have that option.
Well, that's odd.
Oh jeez!
Whoa!
Oh,
Now-
Oh, that's
oh,
cool.
Oh, it bounced back and hit him.
well, at the very least, when they're stunned like that, it still hurts them.
Yeah, but I was saying no, that was cool. Like you threw it at that. You threw it at the spiky Paragoomba, and as it came back and you dodged out of the way, that Buzzy Beetle
Dong.
ran right, or Spiny ran right into its path.
Yeah, like, again, all things considered, this game's really, really itching for a remake. Like, with this kind of tech, the only thing I would really fix is maybe have more
the-
enemies that don't rely on you tossing, like, from the other side.
How do we deal with these things?
You know what? You got me. Maybe do the same old... No, we still gotta do it from this... Why?
Looks more like an
Oh,
enemy
well,
you could
I
just
guess
hit
I'll-
from just the top.
It looks like something that would spew out, like, bullet bills or something. Or, okay, it
Oh.
spews out that. Okay.
It shoots at us when we're across the field from it.
Doop.
Yeah, that'll do, I guess. Oh,
Oh, how does that physics even work?
Not sure.
Uh-oh, the fireballs are back.
now they bring in the fireballs. And
Oh, we got shot.
it hit me!
Oh, that's it.
Do you have to start from the beginning if you get a level? If you get a game over?
Pretty much it. Oh, hey, Mario.
Your
Your
score.
score is...
A big number. I don't know that much math.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
That sure looks big, don't it?
I like how you say thank you for so much for playing my game.
Well, that's why you
Made all
said
the way to level
64.
9.
Yeah. Don't question him. So with that said, we've finished off with Mario Clash, and we're going to move on to our very last game. Spoiler warnings, this is actually not a Mario-related Virtual Boy game, because there was only two.
Auto pause.
In fact, Matt might like this, because this game is from Atlas.
Yay!
What game is this?
What is it?
Now, what kind of games would Atlas make, you may wonder, especially on the Virtual Boy? Well,
Behold, people, the very first Shin Megami Tensei game in America.
Jack,
Jack
Brothers.
Bros.
Be sad. Be very, very sad.
Well, I guess. Though that being said, this is a cute little game.
Hey, it's Jack Frost.
Yep.
And it features three monsters from the Shin Megami Tensei series, one of them being the mascot, obviously.
Yeah, Jack Frost, Jack Lantern, and Jack Skeleton in this game, but in the other games he's known as Jack Ripper.
Now here's the lore that they're going for with this English translation. Not sure if it also applies to Japan.
The one day of the year when fairies can enter the human world. Fairies everywhere come to play with the children and get into mischief.
Uh-oh.
What do the parents think of all this?
Children and
fuck?
fairies look forward to this day. This commotion continues until late into the night.
Oh, Jack the Ripper, you mischievous
Before long, it is
fits.
11 o'clock at night. Halloween will be over soon, and the portal to the world of the fairies will close. The fairies have all gone home.
Except that
for
one.
one.
However, Jack was having such a good time that he forgot about the time.
Oh no!
Fairies who do not return home in time lose their powers and disappear.
Oh no!
Will Jack make it home in time?
But which Jack are we talking about?
Yeah, I was about to say they're all
on
Jack.
screen.
Jack, what are you doing? It's time for you to go home. I live here, so I'm okay. Sucks to be you, though.
You're a fairy, though.
No, he's a pixie.
Gee.
We're
Jack, if you're not home in time, you'll disappear forever.
Yeah, I love that song.
Pixies.
Oh, you're hopeless, Jack. You dumb mute. But I'll show you the way home. It's a bit dangerous, though. I'll go with you. Don't worry, friggin' dummy.
And with this adventure, we will ask ourselves, what the fuck does this have to do with the real world?
What is
So with
the
that said,
real
let's go to our first area, the Forest of Fairies.
Wait, I thought we were in the real world.
We are in the real world, but it doesn't quite look like it. And there's more to it than meets the eye.
Collect all the keys you find.
Collect keys, you know.
Yep, in every level, unfortunately, the pixie here does inform you of like certain like new obstacles and all that you'll have to deal with, like these slimes, for example.
The slime, the pixie, and of course the Jack Bros. All of them are actually from the Shin Megami Tensei series.
And actually, if I'm not
effect.
mistaken, did this game come out like a year before Persona?
Yeah, the very first Persona, Ikebukuro. Yeah,
Do all monsters in this game come from the SMT series?
yes.
Yep. I mean, this is essentially a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei, and as Matt said earlier, this is the very first one, the very first game of the series to ever make it to the States.
Now, real quick,
Like-
because from a gameplay standpoint, how much does this differ from the original Shin Megami Tensei series? Because I've never really touched any of them.
Every single thing.
Entirely.
Every single thing, like, this, the differences between this, like, it's like, this game is to Shin Megami Tensei as Wario's Woods is to the Wario series.
Basically, Shin Megami Tensei hype and most of its spin-offs anyway, have been JRPGs.
And
Very
Shin Megami
elaborate.
Tensei in general is a JRPG.
Oh crap, they're Bomberman.
Probably one of the harder JRPGs in the genre, actually.
Oh yeah, no, the Nocturne and all the the Persona games, Nocturne, all that stuff. Those are very hard games.
Quick, Matt, I'm not smart enough to know all the stupid spell names and why they didn't just do Fire and Firaga. What's the spell name for Fire?
Augie.
Augie. He's casting Augie on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we have Bufu, which is the ice power. There's Augie, Bufu, Guru, and
Uh-oh.
I forgot the last
A
one.
Medusa.
hello, Snake Lady.
Or a Lamia. Sorry, a Lamia.
Oh, so
You know,
that's...
I gotta say
oh,
one thing I definitely gotta say about Jack Bros. I don't remember if it got a rating or not. Probably like an E rating or something like that. But it got away with some pretty risque imagery here and there. Like, well, with the snake
She's
collar, obviously.
Zio.
She's topless.
That's it. Okay, so there's Augie. There's Augie, which is fire. Bufu, which is ice. Zio, which is lightning, and Guru, which is wind.
Gotcha.
Now, what was I gonna say? Does the penis monster appear?
No,
Mara.
thank God.
Oh God.
No, Mara.
Wait, actually, which one?
There are many penis monsters. There can't be just one.
Nice. Well, you know, Mara.
I'm not joking, by the way.
I think he's referring to Penis Chariot.
No, yeah, he's referring to him. Yeah, definitely, but
Tomcat.
those are I can't. What is the actual name? I think those are just called Nekos in the actual Megami Tensei.
I can see that.
Well, actually, if I can take the helm here real quick, I will say one thing. Like the three Jack characters that you can control in this game, they don't control the same. And I will admit, I love Jack Frost, especially from a design standpoint. But he's kind of, out of all three characters, I think he's kind of the hardest to use in this game, just because he has this dinky little projectile that doesn't really. I mean, it's helpful for like these little enemies right here, but for like boss fights, it's very awkward. I would say the best character in this game is probably Jack Skellington. I think that might be
Jack Skeleton.
Or whatever.
Jack Skelton is his name in the game, but he is Jack the Ripper.
Okay,
So
Jack the
what-
Ripper.
so
I'll go
Jack
with that. I think Jack the Ripper is the best character just because he's he's the only one that uses range combat. He uses a fucking knife, but it's powerful. Like, he can kill just about anything in one hit.
But you have to be close up. So it's just at that point you're just playing a Link to the Past.
Pretty much.
You know,
And now we got Jack Traps. And they hurt, obviously.
as a fan of the Megami Tensei series and Persona and all that, yeah, this game is way too cheerful.
I still like it, though. In fact, I will say, I love this song in particular.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't say it's too cheerful, considering that it looks like, first of all, there's a freaking tutorial every gosh
Wait a
dang
minute.
floor.
I hear something.
God.
A bow? Sounds
Elf.
like Elf is around.
Uh-oh. But I'll say, considering this entire game is on a timer.
Yeah, this game is timed, unfortunately, and if you get hit, you do lose time, and once time's up, well, that's a game.
Are we invincible?
Yeah, we're invincible now.
Oh, cool.
Imagine this in a Shin Megami game.
Destroy
That'd
everything
be
you
cool.
touch!
Actually, this does remind me, Matt, you remember that one Shin Megami Tensei game that they actually released for PCs? The Metroidvania?
Oh. God,
Or
what
technically,
is-
at first it was seen as like a fake, like it wasn't going to be a real game, but they actually did release it on PC.
Yeah, the recent one. I can't remember the name of that, though.
That one has, if I remember correctly, that one has, it stars Frost, obviously, and he actually has, crap, I forget the Jack Pumpkin King, whatever.
Jack Lantern.
Yeah,
Jack Lantern, thank you. Yeah, it stars those two. And I have played it. It's not bad. Unfortunately, there's nothing but Moonspeak.
Oh, hey James, what is auto shot in the lower right mean?
Auto shot? Well, that just means you can hold down the button to keep on shooting.
Okay.
Oh boy, this fucking boss.
Sinister Scar.
It should be said, Jack Frost is pretty short. Like, there's only 6 levels total.
What?
Huh.
Yeah. This game's incredibly short, but it's also pretty hard, especially with this boss.
Uh-oh.
Now, it's not so bad right now, because all he's doing is just moving around shooting his little skulls. But then later on, he sends in a snake, and that's when his shit hits the plane.
It's like a Binding of Isaac thing.
Or yeah, shit hits the jet turbine, pretty much. Just gotta give it a bit. There we go.
Hello.
That
Okay.
sucks. And he starts moving around
Yeah,
sporadically.
this is a
It's not-
very
it's not
Binding
fun.
of Isaac's thing here.
Isn't it though? Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing like a remake of this with more Binding of Isaac-esque gameplay.
We're
aesthetic.
gonna die.
If it was like a straight up copy, I'd be down for it.
Goodbye, Jack Frost.
Ow! So every time we're hit, it takes down time. Okay.
Yep, that's our health. The timer is our health, and we're dead.
Oh, poor Jack. He couldn't make it in this cruel, cruel world.
Goodbye, Jack Frost. Forever.
Oh, this game over makes me sad. So, Steve, what do you think of this video? Perfect. That's a great opinion to have for a game like this. But that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our little Virtual Boy Games video. Sorry we didn't show off Wario Land, but to be fair, we already did that look at about a year ago.
Yeah.
You can watch that there if you want to. Don't mind the data commentary.
And actually,
on that note,
I was about to say, wasn't there also like a Star Fox X game that was for the Virtual Boy?
It was being developed, but they canceled it.
but they canceled it, as well as they were even going to make a port of Donkey Kong Country 2, and whew, that would have been weird. In fact, also, if I remember correctly, there was actually going to be a new Mario Land game, which not only had like 2D elements, but also had like top-down elements, not unlike Zelda. And well, it looked cool, but they never made it, so that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because the Virtual Boy was even less successful than the N64 DD.
Yeah, like it only lasted on shelves for like about 2 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And funny enough, one other game they actually put on the fucking service Waterworld.
The movie.
Yeah, the move based on the movie.
And because it is a person who, and because that does star a person from the Mario Brothers movie, I do have to finish off this commentary with one profound word of truth. Monkey!
Yeah, unfortunately though, that's pretty much. These are all the Virtual Boy games I'm going to really show off. None of the others are really all that fantastic, though. I mean, yeah, that's about all I can say on the matter. I'm JamesmanXtreme.
Ronnie J, let's... What? Actually, no. Ronnie J, why hath you forsaken us?
Because I love to torture you guys so much.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah, till next time, everybody.